All right, so in this tutorial we're going to do a few things. Go ahead and get it prepped for a game engine. One of the things is all the modeling, all the extrusions, there's a history of this. So when you save this, it actually has history, and we want to get rid of that. So always delete by history, and down the road we'll go into freeze transformation. I think it's under modify freeze transformation. So if you look over here, you have a scale X, Y, and Z. Once you get it in the room, we're going to put it in a location and put it in freeze transformation. So that way we open it in Unreal, it's going to go right into the correct position according to our origins. But just get into the habit of deleting the history. We want this stuff super light. I think we may have overdone it with the geometry, especially for such a simple object, and we have lots of things to put into the scene. We're at 204 verts, so 202 faces. So if you're working for a game engine and they're talking about, you know, how high the models can be, this is something they can talk about because they want efficiency. They want their frame rate to be high, and this could possibly slow it down. All right, so what we're going to do is go into UV. So this is really important for the next step because we're going to get into Substance Painter next to put on our textures onto our form. So we're going to go into our UV editor, and it should be there. So we're going to go to Object Mode, select it, and here we are. We have our form here. All right, so typically UV mapping is really painful process, and sometimes you can just hit shift, and we want to make sure we project it, and basically we're trying to get everything into this square and layout. So right now it is not UV mapped. All right, so what we're going to do is do a little bit cheating because I know this is a square, and we can just go ahead and hit let's do a face, and I can go in here and select those, and we'll see where that is. So it's just selecting the very, very bottom. All right, so I'm going to go to the top view, and I've got it selected here. And on the top view, we're going to go UV, and we're going to do planar, and we're going to keep planar, keep image ratio, blah, blah, blah. And we're just going to move it over here to the side. All right, so if yours is a little bit more complex, you're going to have to select the faces and kind of break apart the best you can. Just trying to get everything flat. All right, but I'm kind of cheating because I have a box here and it's already UV mapped. So it's going to go and look at what this is. I have a feeling it's the side here. And let's see, let's go probably to front. All right, we're going to rinse and repeat and do this again. Planar. All right. And I'm just pushing this off to the side. Now don't overlap it because it'll be difficult to undo it. All right, we're just going to keep going. Gotta go right click face and grab my faces here and just keep going. You can fast forward if you know how to do this. For some, this is all new. It's something that you should have done in your first 3D class, simple UV mapping. But if you haven't, or it's been a while, it's fine. Just watch this and keep going. All right, so we just, I did that wrong. So let's see. I think that could have been the top here. Can't see. Oh, it's the bottom. All right, so we're gonna go top, rinse and repeat, planar. All right, pull that down. We're getting close. Again, if you want to fast forward, that's fine. All right, just going to grab that. There's something called automatic UV mapping. It'll give you mixed results. I wouldn't do it. I think it's good to just kind of try to break it apart the best you can. All right, we're going to keep going. planar. And you can start to see what the parts are based on what we're grabbing. All right, let's keep going. Spacebar, figure out which angle it's at. All right, front. So we're going to go to our front view. Almost done. Planar. All right. All right, and then we have the last one. No idea. Should know what that is. Let's see. That's the bottom. So I'm going to go to the top. And one last planar. Oops, that was wrong. Let's see. Where is that? Guess that's front view, huh? Planar? No? Let's see. Let's go to face. Select it one more time. I guess it's the binding. Alright. Screwed this up 10 times. Alright, so UV planar. Alright, excellent. Alright, so now we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's basically a cube, so there's 6 parts. So we're going to go to UV shell, select them, and they've all got to fit in this little box. So you basically want to use the tools that Maya has to keep this easy. You could put them in there, but you want everything proportionately sized. So we're going to do, you can do orient shells. That'll kind of make them up and right. And then we're going to go to, let's do unfold. Let's see what that does. All right, so we unfolded it. You definitely want to do that. Orient shells after we've done that. And then we're going to go to modify, and then we're going to hit layout. All right, so layout will get them all in this kind of setup. And then later on, we're going to blast it in Substance. So what I would do is, since we're in UV shell, I would just go ahead and hit W. And since they're don't need to be, let's see, they don't need to be that close to each other. And this will make it maybe easier in Substance Designer to have them a little bit more spaced apart. All right, so Maya does a good job, but I definitely want to make sure this has a little bit of gap in here, so when I'm spraying it in Substance, it has enough room. All right, so we are done. We have it properly UV mapped. All right, just a few more things till we're done, and then we'll jump into Substance. All right, so we have UV mapped it. It's all sitting in one square. Have them kind of spaced out, and you could pad it during those processes too. There's things that you can do. All right, so again, we have it selected as an object, and we can see all this stuff. So we can go ahead and edit, delete history again. Keep it clean. And take your time and take those edges and just kind of push them in. All right. So I didn't do it to all of them, but take the time and just kind of rough these up. All right. There are some tools that you can do in Maya to kind of de-average that, but I think it's good to learn how to do that on your own. All right, so we're almost done. We're just going to go ahead and go to rendering, and we're going to go to lighting and shading. We're going to assign a new material. So we're just going to put a Lambert on there, but we want to label it. So depending on, I'm going to call it A underscore. So you may be on team A underscore book, room, or shelf underscore 5, whatever the naming convention, because this is going to get super confusing. I'm getting tired. What the objects are and so forth. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this because I'm going to save that as my object too. All right, so we have a texture, and if you've got 3 or 4 textures on the same object, this naming convention is really key because you'll need to name each texture on each object if it's one object. All right, you can go ahead and save this as a FBX, or you can save it as an OBJ. So I'm going to save it as a FBX, and also as a Maya file also. Probably just go ahead and export out the selection. I don't know why I can't find it. Export selection. There we go. And we're going to go to a desktop, book demo, and FBX and OBJ. I want to do both just in case since we're already here. And we're going to call it the same as my texture. Export. I have a STL. You do not want that. We're not printing them out yet. FBX export. All right, and I'm going to rinse and repeat my export to selection. Make sure you have it selected, and I'm going to make an OBJ. All right, Command V, and export selection. All right, and you'll want to save your scene in Maya and underscore files. Just get into habit of spelling things correctly, and also underscore everything with when there's a space. Maya, for some reason, likes that. So just get into the habit of that, and we're going to call it our shelf underscore 5 save as. All right, that is it. A book like this should only take you about 10-15 minutes to model and UV map, and then maybe 15 to 20, 30 minutes to texture it properly. All right, we'll stop there. The next tutorials will be Substance Painter. Hopefully that will go quickly. Show you how to get surface textures on everything, and then dirty it up, and then put some different levels of sheen on it. So when we get up close, it doesn't look like Christmas wrapping paper. All right. Good luck.